Hello everybody, I am Shamal Haq and today's topic is types of measurement scales, and the outline for today's talk is measurement and scales and types of measurement scales. So first we will be defining measurement and scales, and later on we will be discussing about types of measurement scales. Measurement is foundation of any scientific investigation. Everything we do begin with the measurement of whatever it is we want to study. Thus, if we want to define measurement, it is the assignment of numbers to objects. Because being a social researcher, when we want to study population, we have to assign numbers for the characteristics of the population or the information that we want to gather from the population. So assigning the numbers to objects, for example persons, so assigning numbers to person, respondent 1, 2, 3 and so on. And similarly, any information that we have to assign a certain number to that information. For example, education level in a certain locality. So to education level we have to assign a certain number. So these number can be assigned on basis of certain scales. So we call that measurement scales in statistics. And there are 4 types of measurement scales: nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio scale. Nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio, they are placed from 1 to 4 because the later one has the properties of the earlier scale plus additional properties. For example, ordinal will have the properties of nominal scale plus additional properties. Similarly, interval scale will have the properties of nominal and ordinal plus additional properties. And similarly, ratio scale will have the properties of all 3 from 1 to 3. That means nominal, ordinal, interval properties of these scales plus additional properties. And these scales are differentiated on the assumed relationship between objects, and for objects we are assigning different scale values. So 4 scale types are ordered in that all later scale have all the properties of earlier scale plus additional properties. Now if we want to learn about nominal scale, it's not basically a scale. It's because it is not done on this scale is not done on any dimension, or it is not to scale any object along any dimension. Instead, it is just labeling of the objects for simplicity. For example, gender is a nominal scale, and you can assign 1 for male and 2 for female, or say you can assign 0 for male and 2 for female. So gender is a nominal scale. Similarly, if we want to know the religious affiliation of population in certain locality, so we can assign numbers to different religion, for example Muslim, Christian, Hindu and others. So religious affiliation again is a nominal scale. So categorical data are measured on nominal scale, which merely assign labels to distinguish categories. Ordinal scale, these are number are used to place objects in order. but there is no information regarding the differences between points on the scale. Ordinal scale means ranking of the objects, and it doesn't mean, for example, if we rank, so rank 1, 2, 3, 4, so obviously rank 1 will be considered better than rank 2, and it is not like a simple number that 2 is greater than 1. Interval scale, it is a scale on which equal intervals between objects represent equal differences. The interval differences are meaningful, but we cannot define ratio relationship, that we cannot compare an interval on this scale with another interval on the same scale. For example, if we want to measure temperature in Fahrenheit, so on Fahrenheit scale, interval relationships are meaningful, that we can understand these intervals very well. A 10-degree difference has the same meaning anywhere along the scale. So the difference between 10 and 20 degrees is same as the difference between 80 and 90 degrees. So the difference has same meaning anywhere along the scale, but we cannot say that 80 degree is twice as hot as 40 degrees. So, and there is no true zero, only an arbitrary zero. A ratio scale will have all the properties of all other scale we have discussed so far, plus additional properties, and it has a true zero point. For example, if you want to, even if you have a variable that can be categorized, for example education, but still it can be assigned a 0 for illiterate person, for example. Ratios are meaningful, that we can understand it very easily, and it has meaning. And these are physical scales, for example physical scale of time, length, volume, all such scales are ratio scales. And we can say that 20 seconds is twice as long as 10 seconds. Similarly, a bottle of 1 liter will be composed of 0.5 liter of two bottles of 0.5. It means like in 1 liter bottle you can keep it 2 bottles of 0.5 liter. There are references from where I prepared this lecture. For example, from the Virtual University website and from the Colorado University website, and also I share this book with you students. So the Foundation of Social Research by Michael Coprati. So you can have this stuff on from these website or from this book. Thank you. And if you have any question, please write your question and upload to KCMS. Take care. Goodbye.